Hello, hello. I hope the sound is working properly because I just messed with my OBS. Um, First of all, think that you guys lost your first game, right? But this is some kind of group stage thing, so I wouldn't be too worried. I've heard rumors that this is a good team or something, but I mean, it's not a big deal. Um, yeah, I don't think too much about things like this. I've lost. How many games have I lost in my life? Like 5,000, right? So yeah. You guys said that there were some drafting problems, so I guess I can focus a bit more on that. And I know I haven't really talked about mid ever, so I guess I will do that as well. Um, First of all, you guys ban Sven and Juggernaut. Uh, oh wait, wrong team. Sorry. You guys ban Void and Spectre, and they ban Sven and Juggernaut. Okay. Generally, you don't really ban you don't really ban like Spectre in the first phase, because like there's a lot of heroes that you just pick against her, if they first phase it, and then it's just like really bad. Um, and you guys are first pick, or you guys are second pick as well, right? So you get to pick a counter, um, to the hero. You generally want to ban like neutral heroes, stuff that people will pick in the first phase. Like even if this guy is like the world's greatest Spectre player, I wouldn't respect ban it. I'd probably just ban like Phoenix or Snapfire or just something that is generally picked a lot, or like Venge, Ench, something like that. I guess what we'll do is, oh wow, look at that! I'm such a genius. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk through the game because I'm watching it for the first time, and then I'll maybe say what I think about it, and then you guys can think about um like why your opinions differ from mine because um the more you understand my way of thinking, like the easier the draft is gonna be, right? Um, so they pick Venge. This is like a universally neutral pick. It's really strong first phase. It threatens the Drow on the next pick. Drow Venge is like, I don't know, like 70% win rate. There's nothing you can pick to lane against it. It's really strong. Um, Outside of that, Venge is generally strong hero as well. There's not really any hard counters, I'd say. So the way I'd see this is that I would already prepare for a Venge plus ranged hero safe lane because they're not gonna pick Venge with like some melee carry. They're gonna pick like Drow. Let me see the heroes actually real quick. They'll pick something like Drow is the obvious one. Um, Arc Warden, Luna, Morphling. Oh no, something like that, right? So you need to think what's good against Venge plus a ranged hero, and in my opinion, the best one is Lina +1 because it's like long range harass, really low cooldown, light strike array, right? Trades really favorably into Venge. Um, this plus a stun and no ranged hero can play against it. The one I like to pick is CK plus Lina. This is like my go-to counter for Drow and Arc and all these fuckers. Just drag them in level 2, you stun them again. This whole game is just miserable. CK counters most of those types of heroes really well. So right now I probably just pick Luna. I mean Lina. Okay. This is like a really really bad pick. And the reason is, uh, you generally don't want to pick Slardar before you see their carry. You genuinely want to pick Slardar into melee heroes because that's what he's strong against. But the fact that they have Venge is already implying a ranged hero, right? So if they pick Drow now, this is like not playable for Slardar at all. Or if they pick like Troll, which is another Slardar counter, it's good revenge. Arc Warden, Luna, TB, like all of these will fuck Slardar so badly. Like you never pick this. So this is already like really bad outdraft, I'd say. See what they pick. It's probably just a ranged carry. Okay, they pick Mars. It's like super fucking random. Like, why would you pick Mars here? Okay, I mean, this is not. Okay, I mean, it's like kind of random for them to do something like that. Um, but just in general, they've picked two heroes without any real sort of counters in the first phase, and you guys have a Slardar, so it's like still not good. But now you need to pick something um that either synergizes well with Slardar in lane, or like a pos 5 that's contested and is good against Mars. Um, Let me think. Okay. Uh, okay, let me think about this for now. I think if you guys have an IO player, which I don't think you do, that is like a very common combo. Slardar plus IO. Slardar plus Lina is also really good, because then if they're melee, they get fucked. If they're ranged, they get fucked. There's a lot of stun into stun gameplay. What else is good? Scarf Mage and Slardar is like pretty good together. Windrunner, Slardar. You basically want something that can fight off the ranged heroes that Slardar's weak against. That can trade into them effectively. Witch Doctor is like a decent pick, but the problem I see with this is that this is a pos 5 which doesn't really do anything against a ranged core, right? Like a long ranged core with Venge. Like, you're just gonna get shot to death. You won't be able to put your stun on him. This is like solely for laning against Mars, which I think is a bit short-sighted. I think Wyvern is really good against Mars. And it's gonna be good against these sort of right-click heroes, right? And Oracle is really good against Mars. You can just magic immune whoever gets caught by his combo. They don't die. And it's relatively good against these sort of ranged heroes, alright? Because then you can just have some melee hero, you buff him up, and then he kills their Drow. So they banned their own Drow, which is bizarre. You guys banned PA. This is like super random bans at the moment. PA is really bad against Slardar in lane. It's like not really even playable. You should just ban like Troll right now. Troll, Arc, Morph. Probably Troll and Morph, and then one more hero. They ban Anti-Mage. You guys ban Slark. This is another hero which is really bad against Slardar in lane. So it's like super random ban. And they'll never pick these heroes with Venge. Like Viper and PL. And this is another hero which is really bad against Slardar in lane. And isn't good with Venge. So you guys just banned 5 melee carries against Slardar. Like, I don't think, oh, you can't see matchups here, can you? Okay, but, like, these are not the heroes that Slardar worries about, at all. So it's like super random bans at the moment. They're just gonna pick some range core. This Slardar's gonna cry in lane. Okay, so right now, you guys have to pick a pos 4. I think Lina's good. There's still Phoenix in the pool, which is fine, but I would say that it's too weak of a lane, maybe, Phoenix Slardar, because the Phoenix can't trade into ranged heroes particularly well. And you guys should have banned Phoenix, actually, because otherwise they get Phoenix Mars. I would probably ban Troll, Morph, Phoenix. But the fact that they banned Drow is like such a godsend for you, because if they didn't ban Drow, then what do you ban? Like, Troll, Phoenix, Morph, and then they pick Drow, and it's like the game's over. Or they pick Morph, and the game's over. Like, it's just so bad. So right now you pick pos 4, I think. Like, just any sort of ranged pos 4 is fine. The other problem you get with your drive is like, this is kind of obvious. Like, this is pos 3, right? This is pos 5. This can be like multiple positions. I think Venge can be played 3, 4, and 5 relatively decently. Mars can be a 2 or 3, so like it's harder to counter their lanes. You pick Phoenix, which is like fine, I guess. But the problem with Phoenix is that they are likely gonna pick a ranged hero with like an agi ranged hero with high attack speed and high attack range with the Venge. So this egg is not gonna survive. And now you have a lane with one melee hero, which is Slardar, and a pos 4 which doesn't set up for him to run at people, and with one armor or something. So I foresee this lane going very poorly. You should probably pick something like Lina, which is like a stronger stat hero, or like Rubik even, Rubik's quite good against Mars. You can steal his spells. Okay, they pick Clockwork, which is another Slardar counter. It's like really annoying actually to play against. But on the positive, you see probably their offlane is 2 melee shits. I guess you just pick a carry which is good against both of them and call it a day. The problem is that 9 carries have been banned, which is kind of bad because it's actually quite a good PL game, but you guys banned it yourself. What would I pick against Mars Clock actually right now? I'm not sure, but I think most carries will have a pretty good time. This is a relatively weak lane, I'd say. It's hard for them to kill heroes. It's not too great for contesting CS. Probably Lifestealer is really good right now. You have the Slardar Nake's Infest Bomb. It lanes extremely well into Mars. It's probably a Mars counter, I would say, even. It's probably bad against Venge. It's not great against Clock, but really, there's not many carries left, right? Nake's is probably the next best carry. Apart from that, there's always TB. TB is good, but I don't think you guys play TB. Juggernaut's banned. CK is quite good here, I'd say. Yeah, so CK, Nake's, I mean Lifestealer, Monkey King can work as well. Oh no, something like that. Guess we can see what you pick. Zeus. This is like super shit pick right now. Because you guys have last pick, and you can counter their mid with your mid. But you see their entire offlane, so you can just pick your carry now, and they can't fix the matchup problem. So right now you pick Zeus, they pick 2 Zeus counters, and then you pick your carry into seeing their mid. Like, it doesn't matter if you like. There's no such thing as a carry versus mid matchup. Usually, it's usually carry versus carry matchup and carry versus offlane matchup. I don't know. If you have last pick, you always pick your mid hero here, or you flex into your mid hero. And this was already not a Zeus game, I'd say, because they have Venge, who can swap you in. They have Mars, who can arena you, and they have Clock, who can hook you. Like, these are 3 Zeus counters. Maybe not Mars, but the other 2 are generally very favorable for you. And the other problem is that your team is now like 3 backliners and Slardar trying to tank everything. And Slardar is very dependent on his lane to scale. So if you pick your Slardar early, where he's not guaranteed a good lane, he's not necessarily even a tank, because he's going to be rushing a Blink Dagger probably, and it's going to be like minute 13ish at best. And then it's like, how much room do you have to buy like Hood and BKB and stuff, right? So this draft is like super wonky right now. You've picked a bunch of heroes randomly, your bans are random, and some of these picks are really out of order, because now look, they get the Quap versus Zeus matchup, which is quite good, and yeah, it just doesn't help you at all right now. You should pick your carry, like Nakes, or what was the other one? TB, or the other thing I said. And then you should ban the counters. Like, you should be banning the Ursa right now, or whatever it is. So you ban Troll, finally, I guess, but Monkey King, CK. CK is like really bad against Slardar in lane. And then they last pick Luna. Okay. Well, yeah, it's all coming together, I guess. So now your Slardar is losing his lane. Slardar plus Phoenix is losing against Venge Luna. Zeus is losing against Quap. And now you have to pick a carry that fixes all your lanes and all your problems. And this is too much. There's nothing to pick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 carries are banned right now. And 1 is picked. there's nothing good left. It's like Lifestealer or bust. And Lifestealer is not a hero you pick now and it counters, it fixes your 2 lost lanes. It's like too late. But whatever you pick now is gonna be shit, I think. And it's Gyro. Yeah, it's like so bad. Like, Gyro's a bad hero. It's not particularly good Gyro game even. Like, you're not good against Clock. Okay. This is not a good lane at all. Like, Mars and Clock, the problem is, they're 2 melee heroes and the Clock doesn't provide much in lane to help his Mars. So if you do enough damage with these 2 heroes, especially with the Maledict, eventually, the Clock is going to be exposed, right? Because he can't help his Mars, and then they're going to have a really bad lane down here. Gyro is not really a high damage hero, I'd say. Like, especially with auto attacks and things, which is Mars' main weakness in lane. He can get autoed out, poked out by ranged heroes. It's just kind of bad pick, and like, it's not good hero in general. It's not good against Luna. It's not good against Quap. It's not good against Gyro. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think just off the draft right now, their team is looking favorable in 3 lanes out of 3. And in the mid game, they are also countering all your heroes. So I think this game is like over probably. If it was like a more high level game, it's like already over. But you can always win, right? So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. I guess we'll do the normal thing and just go through each lane one by one. I guess we'll start with top quickly because this is like a losing lane. So there's probably not much to say because the draft has already doomed you to. Okay. That's annoying. Okay, so in terms of builds, I think you on Phoenix need a some kind of stats. Because you're gonna be fighting Avenge probably with the minus armor. So you kind of need Ring of Protection, right? Because you have 1 armor. Because Windlace doesn't really do anything for you. Like, when are you gonna be chasing these heroes? It's never gonna happen. I really hate this build. I think it's really bad. Because now you're just gonna get poked out by Venge, which is never good. This is fine. You already have 6 armor, so you're feeling strong. And this is fine, but I really don't like Clarity. Just switch Clarities for Mangoes. It's like always usually better. This is fine, but like this Gyro needs to play more safe. You're never gonna get this rune really on Gyro 1v2. You should just hide down here and block your creeps, or whatever, because they can actually kill you here quite easily if they play more aggressive. And you guys probably showed a little bit too soon. The whole point is that you want to try and get a kill like this. So you should like cut through this tree as Slardar, closer to the horn, and then take the kill. Right now on Witch Doctor, you should TP bot immediately, because if you run over, you're not going to help your Gyro on the first wave, and this TP is not that valuable. I think we talked about this before, so... Okay, anyway, mainly top lane, right, to start with. So, since you used your W on the runes, or whenever it was, actually, I'm not sure what happened. Yeah, so since you used the W on the runes to just zone out this Venge, which I don't really think you should have done anyway, because this doesn't really make sense to do, and you missed all your Ws, right? You shouldn't really fight the Venge on level 1, because right now, you're on -2 armor, and you're fighting a guy with 3 armor, and you have no spell. You should just wait until your W's up. This is like kind of super random, right? Like, you're just burning them, but there's no like reason to. You generally want to bash them and then burn them, and then they can't fight back and they have to run. Because anytime they're running, you're winning the trade because they're doing 0 damage back, right? Okay, so like, see, like, if you had a ring right now, you could just fight her because you have 57 damage. She has 47. Okay, and this bash is like kind of whatever. You shouldn't buy 3 tangos probably in this lane, 'cause you're not really taking that much damage. But okay, right now, yeah, like you just get zoned off the pool now, because you don't have enough stats to contest, and now you're just gonna get the pool. Yeah, it's like shit. It's just shit. Um, right now you should aggro these two onto this ranged, get free deny. Uh, but it's already like the game is kind of miserable, I'd say. Um, yeah, I don't know. Okay, block the camp in front of him. It's fine, I guess. Um, you need more levels on Phoenix though, is the problem. And you shouldn't block the camp in front of him. I don't know why I said it's fine. It's actually not fine. If you're gonna do something like that, use a sentry instead, because then he doesn't get a bunch of gold and XP. Like, this lane is strong at level 3, because you can run at them, and with 2 points and 5 spirits, it's hard for them to fight. But you're level 1 right now on Phoenix. It's like kind of generally not what you want to happen. You want to play this lane like 2v2-ish, not 1v1 where you're losing and he's losing. You want to play 2v2 so you get enough levels to eventually start winning the lane. Not having dive by minute 3 is like kind of insane. So right now, the lane's getting pushed out. I would probably go pool right now on Phoenix and let my Slardar just chill. Like just pull this to here, right? But the fact that you don't pull right now, this lane is gonna be here forever, and then Slardar can't play his game, which is bashing people to death, because you can't. I mean, you can't chase from here to here, right? Like no one's gonna die in this distance. So the fact you missed the free pull there is really bad. Lane's pushing again. Again, you should go pull on Phoenix, but instead you're kind of doing nothing. Okay, now you pull. Looks a bit late. It is late. Get one ranged. Yeah, it's just not good. Like what's happening right now. And then they get half a pull off as well. Yeah. Okay, you have to go contest this rune now on Phoenix. In minute 4. But like you get zoned out by a fucking solo venge and you die. Okay. Yeah, and then he gets the rune now on Quap. And you see like bad things are happening as well. And it's all because of your build and the fact that you don't get enough levels and you're not playing this lane like a 2v2 lane. You're playing in a way that makes you guys lose right now. Like this lane, there's not really any point watching it. If I watch a lane and the lane is constantly up here, there's not even any point watching it, because the Slardar is just gonna die, or like he's not gonna get any kills at the very least. He's gonna get harassed all the time. This is just so problematic. I'm gonna skip this lane. I think it's quite clear what the problem is. You don't pull this enough. Your items are weird, and the way you contest this is like not correct either. And just generally your positioning is like you don't care about your own XP enough, and then it just cascades into like bad shit happening, right? Like imagine if you played more like a 2v2 lane, you did some pulls, you last hit some large creeps, could at least have like tranks and raindrop and stuff. You never die, you can run around the map, do whatever you want, but instead it's just like you're so poor. Like, Slardar actually started off quite positively in this game, but it's just gone like completely to shit. Like look, it starts off like really well for Slardar because Luna wasn't playing very well, but yeah, it's just kind of bad. So in the bot lane, it's Gyro versus these guys. I'd say to start with, it's already kind of bad because you're pulling it into your own tower against 2 melee heroes, which is kind of bad because how you want to win this lane is by auto attacking them and making the Mars sad that his clock can't fight back. But instead, now the lane is going to be pushing up constantly, and they're going to get XP. And the more XP they get, the more dangerous this lane becomes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, right? Like, this lane's going to be shit. Because you guys are up here. If you're next to your tower, what can Clock do? It's nothing. What can they do without levels as well? Just nothing. Like, it's already unfortunate, right? Like, I don't know. Like, why is the lane up here with two range creeps? Then the Clock has to go pull. The Clock is very... I mean, the Witch Doctor is weak against Clock. It's hard to pull when he's 1v1ing you with the Battery Assault. Like, from minute 0, this lane is already... Excuse me. It's already really hard. Just because of your decision to block it under your tower. You never block this wave unless your position 5 watches what they do. And you see that they're blocking hard. Then you start blocking. You never drag it, the aggro under your tower as well. Because, like, your poor Witch Doctor... is like, there's nothing you can do. All this Clock has to do now is stop him from pulling. Because the lane is in such a favorable place for Mars. And the Clock can have such an easy time doing it. Because, like, it's just not difficult. Fucking Magic Wand. This item's so bad. It's so inefficient. Oh, boy. You need, like, boots against Clock. So he doesn't run you down. But yeah, Magic Wand just sucks. So bad item. This is like more like it, right? 2 ranged heroes fighting a Mars. I don't know why he's so like out position. But you can imagine that if the lane is here, he has no choice but to get chased down all the time. That's why this is like sad to watch, right? Okay, so now you pull, but it's like really bad. Just in general, what's happening is really, really bad. So if you're gonna try and do this pull, which is fine, you have to tell your Gyro in advance what you're doing, because he has to press Q right now and burst down these creeps, or you have to auto this creep with him. Doesn't matter if he misses the last hit, because missing this pull is like a death sentence to the lane. Now you're trying to stack over here, which is fine, but like you have to pull this to here now. You can stack and pull this at 55, and a large camp stacked is better than a small camp stack, because right now you actually didn't pull. And now look where you are on Witch Doctor, and the Clock knows this, and now your Gyro is like 2/3 up the lane, he's getting speared, and Clock is like causing problems as well. This is just generally not, like, I don't know what's happening, like, in terms of this. This is like just mistakes by them. But you can imagine, right, like not getting the pull off there is actually so bad. And you didn't stack either. And you can probably tell that they have a ward here blocking because you didn't stack. You should be more confident in yourself, because I remember last time you were like, I'm not sure if they had a ward or not. Like, just trust in your ability to stack camps, right? Don't just assume people body block everything if you don't see them walking towards. Okay. It's interesting, I guess. Right now, the lane is finally going to end up in a very favorable position for you guys. So now is like the time to fight them 2v2. But you're like running around on Witch Doctor. I'm not sure what you're doing. There's Mars right now. He should take 1 billion damage with your spells. Especially now that the Clock is kind of walking away for some reason. You should probably just like dumpster him. Do a lot of damage to him at least. Buy some mangoes for your guy. See, like, the clarities are never useful. The magic wand's never useful. All this excessive regen is like, it's like you have 0 net worth right now. Like, they have all this stats, right? He has move speed, more regen, and you just have a bunch of like gold in your inventory right now. You should have boots or magic wand, not the whole thing. Raindrop. I don't know. It's like you guys are losing this lane really hard because you have absolutely no net worth. And not one point in this game do the 2 of you combine on the Mars. It's just constantly you're getting zoned by Clock, and the Mars is in a very easy 1v1 against Gyro because the lane is in a very bad position. So I'd say that in this lane, the Gyros played like pretty well, but you've played like quite badly on Witch Doctor, and that's why his lane is hard. And I would say that his lane is hard because it should be a lot better than this. Right now, this is like insane because there's nothing else the Quap can be doing. If their Quap is not on this lane at any point in the game, it means she's ganking, because the Quap isn't going to be go jungle for no reason, right? She's ganking, so you can never be up here. I I guess your Zeus has to call it or something, or you guys have to pay more attention to it. Like, staying here and not taking a wave of XP is really good if the Quab is just running around, because then the Zeus is catching up, right? Which is what you want to happen. And oh Jesus, what the fuck? Like, you need to have raindrops in this lane because this is their only way to win the lane at this point. It's killing you with the spear and the whatever the fuck, right? Like, this Blaze of Attack doesn't really do anything for you. You don't need 9 more damage in this lane. You're already very strong on the CS. You have like a lot of range advantage. You can poke him out and whenever. The only problem is if he kills you, and you haven't itemized for the possibility. You place your ward here. Yeah, you should probably place your sentry first, because if you saw this ward first, you wouldn't ward like that, right? So just try and get into the habit of that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This lane is super rough. This clarity is not good as well. You should probably just buy a mango or something. Or raindrops will give you a lot better value in terms of mana. Right now, Mars should be dead, but he isn't. Because you're just sort of running around. Okay, I guess we can watch mid lane next. But, like, I don't know. It's already kind of miserable game, in my opinion. I don't know. Against Queen of Pain, who's going to be pressing a lot of daggers on you and harassing you out, and you're not really going to be contesting last hits with her with your auto attack damage, you should probably just buy 2 circlets instead of 2 mantles. And I would buy tangos right now. It's like a very common thing you do against Queen of Pain in matchups. You just buy 3 tangos right now and you just tank through the damage, because Queen of Pain is mostly going to be harass damage coming out. And as long as you tango through, it's 90 gold to survive the lane, right? It's a very good deal. Oh no, like, it's already, I can already sort of see what's going to happen in this lane is that you're just going to get harassed out because you don't buy regen against Quap. It's like a very common matchup thing. And right then, you should just use Q for 2 last hits. Because it's, I mean, you're on full mana. This is like wasted mana regen right now. Oh boy. If you watch like the high MMR Zeus players play, they almost always, they just use their Q off cooldown. And then they get bottle and mangoes and whatever. But missing last hits like this is like super shit. So you buy your Nautilus, but like again, it just doesn't really help you in this lane. Missing a lot of last hits here because of the Q usage. And then level 2 Bolt. And it's fucking over. Because no one levels Bolt on Zeus anymore. Everyone just maxes Q and E. I've never seen anyone level Bolt, except in very rare cases where it's matchup dependent. Yeah, it's just kind of bad. Level this, 6% damage. Makes your Q very strong. The Bolt is like, I don't know, doesn't really help you in this lane. Right now, I probably use my Iron Branch and then Tango it so that this thing comes off cooldown in 60 seconds a bit faster. Otherwise, you're going to run out of regen. But yeah, it's just like 4 CS is so bad, and you're just constantly missing them with your right clicks. It's like, I don't know. I guess you have to go play Last Hit Train or something. Or you should just use your Q a little bit more and ship out more mangoes. So every last hit you get, if you get 2 last hits, you can buy a mango. It's like you gain a last hit, right? Drop your sting, you mango up. Buy your bottle earlier or whatever. Because you get 2 mangoes now anyway, so it doesn't really make sense. 2 points in Bolt. Okay. Yeah, it's just a build thing. No one builds Zeus like this anymore. This is just a way stronger build. Like, I don't even think this is correct. Let me see. Like, I don't know why my Immortal Faith builds are all broken. But, I don't know. Like, yeah. This looks fine. But you can just see that, like, just in general, like, um, everyone maxes the Q, dispatch, and the E. That's why your lane is hard. You can just spam Q on this guy, and he's gonna have a very hard lane. Spam W on him, it's like whatever. Not enough damage comes out with it. You can just buy raindrop later. Now you're getting run out. Yeah, it's just lack of regen. Like no tangos, the lane is over. It's like such a late bottle as well. You missed the first rune from lack of CS. Then the build is like fucking horrible now, right? Like 2-2-1. Then you're constantly using your Q to last it when Quap isn't here, which doesn't even make sense. You should push out the lane before you go for the minute 6 rune. So you run over here, you grab the rune. But you have no raindrops and you use your regen. Like, it's just so bad to watch, right? Like, if you have raindrops, she can't do that sort of thing on you. You can just walk away. Can even Q back on her. Right now, you should probably buy some, like, clarities. So you can farm the wave while you do that sort of thing. Run up here, gank the guy. Ay, ay, ay. Like, all three of these lanes are so bad, like so far below where they should be, that I don't really know if there's any point looking at the mid game. Like, it should never be like this, to be honest. Yeah, and it's like mostly itemization and matchup problems, which I guess is hard because you have to like know all the matchups and like how to counter each hero. But if you know what heroes they like to play, like if you know this guy plays Quap, you can do like a little bit of research and try and understand the Quap matchups and counters, whatever, like clock. Because all these heroes are very easy to play against. They all have very sort of niche ways to win the lane. The Venge mostly wins just by reducing your armor and out trading you, so you buy Ring of Protection. The Luna is like just big stats hero with low range, so you generally just buy like Orb of Venom and run her down, keep your lane in a good place. Clockwork is like strong against your pos 5 1v1, so you have to make sure the equilibrium is good, so he's not forced to play solo too much. Try and play a 2v1 on their pos 3 and the clock has to go roam. Mars is like also strong, but it's mostly like when he's near his tower, he's very strong. But if he gets poked out by ranged hero, he's very weak. He's like weak against 2v1s. Quap is bad against like regen spam, like a bunch of tangos, raindrops, or whatever. And I don't know, you guys don't really account for the weaknesses of the heroes, I guess. And these builds are like kind of out of date as well. Like some of these at least, and the draft is kind of bad. Like obviously people can't just play like few thousand MMR above their skill level, right? But a lot of these things are not really about skill. It's more like just doing the right amount of preparation or whatever, or like covering up your weaknesses by picking certain heroes or playing in a certain way that makes you play better than you really are, I guess. Um, uh, they have 3 sentries on the exact same place. Um, I don't know what to say really. Like your witch doctor should be top right now, helping your team. push. And this guy's level 5 at minute 11. It's unfortunate. Yeah, you see like just very bad things are happening across the map, and now this guy's dead. Because your Witch Doctor just died on the left, right? So you should probably run already and TP out or whatever. But you should never be here in the first place. Like you should have gone jungle already if your team are going to be doing stuff in the top lane. Now very bad things are happening. Just dying across the map because you guys are showing too many heroes on too many lanes. Show your Slardar top, he dies. Show your Phoenix, he dies. Yeah, you need to play more grouped. You need to play on 2 lanes. If the Zeus shows mid and the Slardar shows top, the Gyro must jungle. And the Witch Doctor has to play either near the Gyro, which is not ideal because he's jungling, or he has to go group as 3. If you guys want to play here and here, then your Zeus has to not show mid, and he has to be ready to fight in one of the lanes. And you should be taking the Iron Talon and going jungle, probably. Like, off this guy, he doesn't really need Iron Talon that badly. This is good. Like, your Slardar's nearing his blink, which is fine, I guess. Good. Kind of good. But, like, the Gyro right now has to be farming stacked Ancients and stacked hard camps. Like, just farming here is really bad. Because they're all going to be here anyway. They can just smoke over or walk over. And he constantly goes to the dangerous lane as well. And Witch Doctor really should never be up here. Like, all you have to do is leave a pos 5 to defend this lane. And it's either Phoenix, spam the 5 spirits on the creeps every time they push, or the Witch Doctor plays super safe, like under the tower or whatever. What's Zeus buying? Aether Lens? I guess it's fine. Yeah, like Gyro just has to be farming here. The fact that no one farms Ancients again is just horrible for the net worth of the game. The strength of Gyro is that he farms everything with his E. So you stack this a lot. You stack this a lot. You can even stack this, and then he stands here and he fucking shoots everything, right? Having your Gyro sit here farming a large camp in a wave in a dangerous position is like not the strength of this hero in any way. It's kind of similar with Witch Doctor as well. Like, the strength of Witch Doctor is that he goes and ganks with people. You're making him defend the lanes instead of Phoenix, who likes having XP and likes defending lanes. Now your Gyro's dead. Because he's in a fucked up position. And now your Slardar's doing an 8-second TP onto an outpost when he's 100 gold off Blink. Like, you need to play more selfish on Slardar. Like, you have to finish your item right. I don't know. It's like you guys took the tower, but you didn't ward either. Like, you didn't take control of this area. Like, you need to place a ward here so that your guys can play in this area of the map right now. And you need to de-ward their stuff. There hasn't been very much de-warding going on. Like, your Gyro just got ganked here, right? Like, you should automatically be checking this area for wards. Like, this one, like, even this ward. Some people even ward here. Whatever, like, just go check it with sentries. I feel like you guys have 10 sentries, you don't buy them. Or, like, you put sentries in weird places. Like, why would they have a ward here? This doesn't really make sense. Place the sentry here because they can ward here. So, I don't know. Oh, this is, wait. Now you guys are trying to do something on Luna when your guy is 20 gold off Blink. Like, the fact that he dies here is so horrendous. In fact, I think... Oh boy. It's so sad actually to die right now. When you're literally 10 gold off Blink. Oh, you had it actually. Could have bought out. Trying to get the habit of buying out before you die, so then you lose less gold. I don't know. you can stack this for yourself on Gyro. I don't know what's happening. Everyone's so poor, like, I don't know. There's just not enough farm on people right now. Like, you need to have the Iron Talent as well. It's so fucking good against the Ancients. You need to use your E off cooldown and probably buy MOM or a different item than just fucking Yasha BKB, like Aghanims, MOM, some item like that. I'm not sure. Like, Zeus can't even play up here if he doesn't have a ward. It's like so dangerous. Like, they can be grouped up all here. You see the vision game is like so bad. Like, they constantly have like aggressive vision, right? Like, they're controlling your jungle with this vision. You guys are just defending your tri-camp and you're not even utilizing it that much. Like, you're not defending this area of the map with vision. You guys aren't dewarding your main jungle. You're not smoking to take control of areas. You're not smoking to place deep wards. Like, you don't see anything here. You don't see anything here. They can farm wherever they want. They can gank wherever they want. Like, they're just playing in your jungle right now. It should never ever happen. And that's like mainly a pos 5 problem. You need to think about, how am I going to place vision in a reasonable way? And the easiest way is that you do two things at once. You press smoke and then you gank someone and you place vision during the gank, and then they don't think to deward it, right? Because you can pass through the walls without being seen. You have like 3 smokes or something by minute 10, so you should use at least 2 of them to place aggressive vision to smoke onto again. Like, the best thing you can do is, like, you have like a hunch that someone is somewhere, you like smoke 2 guys or 3 guys and you go gank him, you place a ward during the gank like here, and then you smoke onto it again later when you see him farming again, and then they're probably going to deward it, right? But as you go here, you place another deep ward like here while you're doing it, and then they deward it and they think it's gone, but I don't know, it's just some ideas, right? Now your Slardar gets ganked by a billion heroes that he has no idea is coming, and this is his blink reveal as well, right? It's like so, it's just like symphony of shit right now. Like, you guys should either be smoked behind him, or he shouldn't be here, or you should have vision for him to run away with. Because now you have 4 cores, 4 guys all grouped up here doing nothing. Like, your Zeus isn't farming, your Phoenix isn't getting XP. It's just all super horrible. Like, this scales really hard. Like, level 1, 6 attacks to destroy. It's like not even playable for Phoenix. It just gets killed by anything. 8 attacks is way more reasonable, and the damage increases. They come to push your tier thing, your top. Like, you should anticipate that they have a ward here if they're going to push this tower, and the fact that you're standing all the way up here on Zeus is just instant death. You guys have to smoke to fight for this. Yeah, but Luna has the extended night vision as well, which you have to account for, and your Slardar's dead. Now you guys are trying to fight 3v5 for some reason. Now everyone's dead, and the game is fucking over. It's just like, it's like, I don't know, like, someone has to say, like the game is bad, right? But we have to reset, you know? Like, we can't just let it, like, it should never be 22-6 right now. They just constantly make moves on you guys. There's like no reaction, right? They're just running at you, and you guys are not smoking to place vision or deward them or run back at them, right? Like, they're just having such an easy game, and I don't really understand why, because they play so badly in the lanes. The fact that you guys even have a chance is like quite surprising, I guess. Okay. But yeah, like, there just has to come a point where it's like, we have to smoke on them and kill their easy heroes first and win a fight. Because, like, or like, right now, you guys can sack this tier 2, and because you guys are pretty close to Roshan, you can like threaten that, right? But just TPing down here with all your heroes is the worst thing you can possibly do. Because, like, you have no advantage in this fight. You guys have to run up a hill. They probably already have this warded, which they do. And you guys are already losing every fight. It's 22-6, so I foresee a very bad thing happening now. Like, they have full vision, Zeus is caught, they have, like, it's just fucking terrible, right? Like, you guys have no advantage in this fight, and you guys are TPing down here. Now the Phoenix TP's in, like, it's just, like, I don't know. Just think about why you would ever want to fight here. It's because you smoke in here, and you pick off their backliners, and you place vision, and you something, right? Like, you only fight if you're advantaged, right? It's like some Art of War shit. If you have no advantage in taking a fight, you never take it. And TPing is actually disadvantaged. When they've already set up on this position, they already have vision control and whatever, and they're winning the game. It's just bad. Spirit Vessel's bad item. You need Halberd this game because you have to disarm this guy and ult, or you need like Lotus Orb or Yules or some shit. 4 staff for clock. I don't know. This Eyes fine. It's super bad. You need BKB against these heroes. Like clock is just gonna fucking rumble you all game. Glimmer is like the only item you can buy. BKB is fine, but like ideally you should have way more farm than this. They let you play here for so long. They had no vision here for 22 minutes and you didn't abuse it at all. I think this game is completely over because they're 10k gold up. You guys are now smoking, but you need to consider like what are we smoking onto? Like, just have a look at the Radiant Fog. Like, you guys are smoked, right? But where are you gonna go? Like, what if there's just a guy standing up here? Then it's over. Because, I mean, they'll just run away, right? And it's over. Because they ran away. Like, it's kind of funny, actually. Oh, boy. And you keep running as well. And now you're all dead, I think. Yeah. They're just gonna come fight. And very bad things will now happen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It's just mostly the draft went really badly for you guys. You didn't really play very well in the lanes, I'd say. And then it's mostly like your POS 5 is not really winning the vision battle as well. Which is not necessarily his fault. But you can see like sort of end result, right? Is that you guys are smoking with no path in mind. Like whenever I'm playing and we smoke, like there's someone drawing a line on the minimap, like let's do this, or let's go here, and we already know where we're going. We see where we're going. Usually we have this ward here. We see their guys farming ancients. Just like do a quick smoke over, kill him, place more vision during, then back off, go back to farming, right? Defend our own carry from ganks. There's just no like clear plan. It seems like people are just doing whatever. Like Slardar and Zeus just run here, right? And then Gyro's farming here. Then Witch Doctor dies here, and then like Phoenix is just running in circles. You know, like this is not really how good Dota is played. You usually want your Gyro farming here. You want your Zeus to be farming safely, like the safe farm. You want your supports to be taking the dangerous farm, pushing out the lanes, trying to survive, right? Like you want to be warding where you want to play. Smoke for the more dangerous vision. You control this because you cut the tower, right? So you can just walk up and ward, you de-ward your own area, you smoke to go fight, defend your towers with smokes. At the moment, it's like just too random. Like it's the same with the lanes as well, right? Like this lane, right? Just want your guys to spam spells on the Luna, and then they're forced to pull, and then you guys can go over together and fight him off the pool, whatever. Or you itemize so Phoenix can do it by himself. Same with bot lane and mid lane. It's just overall there's like no clear leadership, and there's no like game plan. That's the main problem. There has to be leadership, right? Someone has to be making these calls. If someone is making the call to fight here, you need to watch this game and think about what kind of calls you're making, because it doesn't make sense to call for a smoke to walk up here like this and see the QoP and then keep chasing. It doesn't make sense to TP down here with 2 heroes and fight when they have established vision. A lot of these calls, they don't make sense. And my interpretation is that there are no calls and this is just like random things happening. But if there are calls, then yeah, you just need to think about like what your team sees and what they don't see. You never want to establish fight where people have been standing for a long time without smoke, because they're always going to have it warded and fortified or whatever. I guess since we're here, we can talk about warding a little bit. Like, just very briefly, because I said I would at some point, and it's clearly like a major problem area. The main problem that you guys have is that you place wards in like really obvious places, like to the point where you're placing them in front of people. Dota is pretty much won and lost based on vision. It's probably the most important thing, because if you see the enemy, that's when you're allowed to make moves. So let's just see what you do with your wards, right? First ward, right, is your Phoenix ward. Is the all-important offlane ward. You either want to block a camp with it, you want to watch them pull, so you know when to contest. You want to put it in the lane so you can see what's happening behind. You water, whatever, right? Like do something with it. You guys leave it way too late, so they already know that you have a ward, right? The Avenger's watching the whole time, and you just walk up, and I think eventually you get desperate and you block the small camp in vision of him so that he sees. Instantly, he puts down the sentry, right? Boom, plus 100 gold, plus 100 XP, and now you have no vision. 1 out of your 2 wards is now fucking dead instantly. That's so bad. Like, yeah, it's fucking horrible. Then, when is the next ward purchased? Let's see. Let's watch Witch Doctor, right? It's like, so we get the wards, right? Ward and 2 sentries, right? Place a ward before the sentry, it instantly gets dewarded. So now it's minute 7, you guys have 1 ward on the map, and it's Zeus's ward. There's no vision here, no vision here. There's just 1 ward mid, and this can get dewarded as well by a better player. So this should never happen, ever, I guess. Does anyone else have any wards? Nope. Okay. So let's watch for the next batch of wards to come in, right? Like, so we got another ward. We're placing the exact same place in front of the clockwork. So now this is going to get dewarded as well, right? Probably. Run back here, sentry everything. Like, yeah, it's dewarded already. Okay. Next batch of wards, right? It's coming now. Or what? Yeah, another ward. And you place it right here. This doesn't really do anything. And then, I don't know. It's like defensive ward, right? Defensive ward, river ward, rune ward, right? You only need 1 rune ward. But you can just see, like, for how much of the game you have aggressive vision on where they want to jungle or they want to farm. Like, this is the 1 good ward so far, and it's placed by someone else. I guess the Phoenix. Okay, next batch of wards, right? Go bot, die. Next ward, I guess. See, it's dewarded already because it's like too obvious a hill ward. And they're just winning the vision game so hard because it's like you're not making any sort. And then you ward the exact same place for like the 4th time. You just ward the same place over and over again. Then they just keep running back and checking it for the sentries and stuff. And it just keeps getting dewarded. It's so sad. And then it's like another defensive ward placed by your Phoenix. And there's just like there's just no gameplay happening. Like, this isn't really possible to play like this. Like, you have to place vision where either the enemy won't deward it because it's like kind of unexpected. I mean, first of all, the first thing is stop placing wards where you just get dewarded because they just check again. Like, they always check again because you kill their sentry and then they check again, right? They want to kill the sentry or whatever it is. Like, you never ward onto a ward that you just had if it gets dewarded. It's like so stupid. And you always place the sentry before the ward because if they have a ward there, you just ward it right in front of them. And you never ward in front of enemies. Like, when they look at you, you never place your ward down. So that's just ridiculous, right? If you get dewarded all the time in a certain area, you need to think about where they have vision. Like, if I'm constantly getting dewarded here, they probably have vision here or like somewhere, right? Like, if I'm running here and I'm constantly dying, they probably have vision here or something. Like, if my mid runs to gank top and they get back as soon as he gets to this point, it's like, do they have a ward here? If it gets to this point and they get back, they probably have a ward here or like here, right? Like, you just need to think about look at the minimap and think about the movements and stuff. You need to build your vision from the back. You need to play from the areas you know are not warded, and you deward until you reach a point where you feel like you can place a ward. So you start dewarding here, and then you make your way up. Or you can just smoke, and you place a ward here, and then you can have somewhere to play. And you guys need to defend your wards as well. The problem with placing wards like this is that... sorry, not wards like this. Like, wards like this is that... Yeah, this ward is fine, right? But the moment they come to deward this, who's going to come here and kill them all? It's no one, because you guys are mainly going to be playing around this area, right? So if a pos 5 walks up here solo and dewards this, there's no punishment. If a pos 5 walks up here and tries to deward this, your gyro takes 2 steps to the right and kills him with another hero. And they just win the vision war so hard because you guys are wasting all your wards in random places, and that's why these fights are going to shit. Because they always see what's happening. Like, it's so like unfair, these fights. They have full vision here in this fight. They have full vision here in this fight, right? Like, they have full vision here. I don't know. It's so hard to play like this. And it's like, there's just not enough sentries being used as well. Like, so obvious that this is warded to me. Like, just from watching the game, it's very obvious that this is warded. This is really common ward as well. This one's kind of random, but whatever, right? Yeah, like right now, I would just go smoke. Like, I go D-ward this, and then I smoke myself, and I place a ward here or something. Or like, smoke myself and place a ward like up here, something unexpected, and then smoke again to go fight them on it. But this is like minutes ago. This is like 10 minutes ago that I would do this, right? So I have something to play around later in the game. Don't leave myself too much to do. Like, when you walk past here, you can probably stack this camp. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. You just need to use your heroes better. Like, right now, you guys could be playing like a bunch of melee creeps and range creeps. It doesn't seem like the strengths of the heroes are being used very much. But yeah, that's it.